Welcome to the place where more than 9 million storytellers find inspiration. Our new series, Immigrant Success Stories, brings you tales of those who dared to cross borders, chasing dreams in a new land. Their journeys are our journeys. Their struggles, our struggles. Their victories, our victories. Today, we meet an immigrant who built an empire worth over $260 million, but never forgot his roots. With a deep breath, the boy entered the bustling airport. At just 17, he carried the weight of his family's hopes on his shoulders. He had just landed in the U.S. from his tiny village in Morocco. His English was limited to a few phrases. His pockets held only $12. But what he lacked in resources, he made up in determination. This is Karim's story, a testament to how dreams can flourish even in the most unexpected corners. The city welcomed him with its towering skyscrapers and chaotic energy, a stark contrast to the tranquil village life he had known. With little money and limited language skills, Karim knew he had to work hard. He found a small room in a shared apartment filled with 5 other strangers. For them, it was just a stopover. For him, it was a stepping stone. As the youngest, he took on odd jobs around the house. He washed dishes, took out the trash, and slept on the floor, all while dreaming of a brighter future. In the evenings, he sat hunched over an old English dictionary, under a flickering light bulb. Days turned into weeks and weeks into months. Karim continued working as a dishwasher in a small restaurant. The work was hard. His hands were often burned and blistered by the hot water and harsh detergent. Yet he persisted, saving every dollar he earned. The rhythm of the kitchen became his routine. The sizzle of frying pans and the clink of plates, a soundtrack to his silent resolve. Each day, as he walked to work, wearing the same pair of second-hand shoes, he saw billboards advertising jobs that required an education he did not have and a language he was still struggling with. But he refused to be deterred. His worn shoes were not just footwear. They were symbols of his journey. With each step he took, he told himself, "This is temporary. I am on my way up." As he navigated his new life, Karim encountered many challenges. There were days when he missed his family terribly, when the taste of home-cooked meals lingered on his tongue and the sound of his native language echoed in his dreams. But he pushed forward, driven by the belief that his current struggles would pave the way for a better future. Not just for himself, but for his entire family. In his village, the sun set early, casting long shadows across the dirt roads. The nights were filled with the chirping of crickets and the distant laughter of children playing under the watchful gaze of a million stars. In the daytime, the air was filled with the scent of orange blossoms and freshly tilled soil. Life was simple, pure, and honest, but there was no denying that the village lacked basic amenities. Homes were small and humble. Many lacked proper electricity, and healthcare was a luxury. But what they had in abundance: community, faith, and hope. For Karim, leaving his village and his family was one of the hardest decisions he had ever made. But he was not alone. His cousin, Hassan, had emigrated to America a few years earlier and had become a successful businessman. Hassan became Karim's anchor, helping him settle in, guiding him through the complexities of his new home, and reminding him of his purpose. Back in the U.S., Karim's work as a dishwasher continued, but his mind was always racing. He couldn't read English fluently yet, but he devoured every book he could get his hands on. Slowly but surely, words began to form in his mind. He started speaking, then writing, and finally conversing with anyone who crossed his path. His co-workers noticed his dedication, and some began to share their stories, their struggles, and their successes. Each conversation was a lesson, each interaction a step closer to realizing his dreams. Driven by his desire for more, Karim took on 3 jobs: washing dishes, delivering newspapers, and cleaning offices. Sleep became a luxury he couldn't afford, but instead of succumbing to fatigue, he channeled his exhaustion into ambition. Then came the breakthrough. He stumbled upon a small pile of discarded laptops and gadgets. An idea sparked within him. He bought the pile for next to nothing. He fixed them with the help of YouTube tutorials and sold them at local flea markets. His first sale was a hand-me-down laptop. He cleaned it up, installed a fresh operating system, and sold it for a profit. That small victory fueled his drive. He purchased 5 more laptops, then 20. His small room transformed into a makeshift workshop and warehouse, filled with gadgets waiting for new life. To manage his growing inventory, Karim created a small online store. He spent his nights packing boxers, his hands moving swiftly, guided by years of experience in the dark. The silence of the night was broken only by the gentle hum of his computer and the rustle of bubble wrap. Despite his busy schedule, Karim never forgot his roots. No matter how small the amount, he always sent half his income home. He wired money to fix his parents' leaky roof and to buy rice for families in his village. For Karim, success wasn't just about financial gain. It was about using his resources to make a difference. As his business grew, so did his responsibilities. But he remained committed to his principles. Each day, he biked to work, his worn shoes hitting the pavement, a testament to his journey. His focus wasn't on acquiring luxury cars or designer clothes. It was on providing quality products and building a brand that stood for reliability and trust. He worked alongside 2 other immigrants, all united by their dream of a better future. They formed a team, working late into the night, fixing, packaging, and shipping orders with military precision. Despite their different backgrounds, they shared a common purpose, a purpose that transcended borders and united them as brothers. The turning point came unexpectedly. A small tech YouTuber reviewed Karim's store. Overnight, his sales went from a few orders a day to hundreds. It was both exciting and overwhelming, but Karim was prepared. He moved into a small warehouse and hired a few more immigrants. Together, they managed the influx of orders. Karim's reputation for quality and service grew, attracting more customers and solidifying his success. Within 2 years, he was shipping thousands of products monthly. Yet, despite his phenomenal success, Karim remained grounded. He did not forget the nights he spent sleeping on the floor or the days he walked to work in worn shoes. Instead of buying a luxurious mansion, Karim invested his money in his hometown. He funded a school, providing children with access to quality education. He built a clean water system, ensuring that villagers no longer had to walk miles to fetch water. He returned home every year, hugging the elders, mentoring the teens, and rebuilding broken roads. He launched scholarships for immigrant youth and helped hundreds of students attend college, many of whom were the first in their families to do so. For the kids in his village, he wasn't just a successful businessman. He was Uncle Karim, the man who left, made something of himself, and came back to give something back. Today, Karim's story is a beacon of hope and inspiration, proving that resilience, hard work, and giving back can change lives and uplift communities. If you're struggling now, if you feel like the mountain is too high, remember Karim. He came with nothing and built everything. His story echoes a timeless truth. Never forget where you came from, because the ground that raised you is the same ground that can elevate you. We bring you the best of immigrant success stories. Stay tuned for more. Like this video if it inspired you. Share it with a friend and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, keep hustling and stay grounded.